I put the sourdough back into the refrigerator, the starter, and I'm covering this with what they call those little shower cap bonnets. I get these they're called cover-ups, and I get these at Dollar Tree, and they're a variety pack. Yeah, they're so useful sometimes. You know, you don't want to just have something over it where the air still can get in it and all the yeast in the atmosphere can culture your buttermilk. Now, your sourdough. The next thing you have to do is get some of our ingredients in here that's really going to give us, because it's gluten-free, it's going to give us the structure. And we need, I need 10, this is flax meat, flax seed. I get the seed and just stick it in my magic bullet or Ninja, whatever you want to do, and I just grind it up. Coffee grinder does the same thing. So I just need 10 grams of this. I'm going to put the recipe down below so you can have it. Whoops, I got too much. It's 10 of this. And boy, I've learned that you've got to get pretty strict with this recipe, because if you go off of it, the bread just doesn't turn out right. It's just, anyway. So I need that, and then this is psyllium husk, and this is a really great product. It also is I get this at Amazon. This is one of the psyllium husks that don't turn purple on you. You have to watch your brands because they turn purple, and you know, it just didn't look appetizing to have purple bread. So I use this. It gives you structure. Psyllium husk powder, if you don't know, gives it's the roughage that goes through. It actually, you do not actually digest it. So it's a good fiber. So we're going to put in 20 grams of the psyllium husk. There's 9 and 20. We got to get to 20. If I didn't say that right. It's 20 of the psyllium husks and 10 of the flax meal. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. There it is. And there's 20 of that. Now on to our flour. Now the flour that I use, now I always make my ingredients the night before. I don't add water to this until just before I stir all the ingredients together tomorrow morning. I put it all together so it's all in one thing, so when I'm ready in the next morning, I can just stir it all up and get it to rising. Mama's coconut blend, I really like that. There's so many gluten-free flours out there. Any of them that's all-purpose gluten-free flour you can use in this recipe. And we need 300 grams of this flour, or any flour that you choose. Here I have 300 grams of the all-purpose gluten-free flour, and to that the recipe calls for 24 grams of sugar. I think it's just to feed, of course, the sourdough to make it rise, the yeast, the wild yeast, but my husband's a diabetic, and so I get this pure. It's Walmart. It's a blend of stevia, organic stevia, and erythritol, and it's a granule. I use this in grains as well as I use the, I can whip this up in my magic book and make it a powder, and I use that a lot in my recipes. So this is 24 ounces of sweetener or sugar, however you want to do that. You may not have the restrictions that I do regarding what my husband can. Excuse me, I forgot to get the salt. It calls for 1 teaspoon of salt. This is the only thing that's measured, but you add this all together. And this is your dry ingredients. And in the morning, I'm just going to stir this up. In the morning, I'll add 350 grams of water to this mixture. And as I said, then that's just ready to mix up, and we'll set it to rise. So everything is ready to go. Also, I wanted to show you these ingredients, but also what I bake it in. And this is the twist that I have. I actually bake it in a bowl. This is a Pyrex or a Anchor. Makes these bowls. I have a nest of them, as you can see, and I have all my ingredients in different sizes. But I really use this to not only for it to rise in here, and then you don't have to, once you stir it and you put it in here, you don't have to keep handling it. This is a no-knead artisan crusty gluten-free bread, and it's just wonderful. Sourdough, you know, I'm all for fermentation in my food, and this is really a good tasting gluten-free bread. So I have this ready to go in the morning. I have my flour, sugar or sweetener, and salt. And this is ready to put in 350 grams of water, and then we just put it all together along with our bubbly, wonderful sourdough, and we'll make this bread. So next time will be first thing in the morning. We'll get this thing going, and all I have to do is stir and put it in ready to rise.